Walking through the lobby to the cafeteria, I silently rue my daily routine having been completely thrown off. It seemed like a normal day. I arrived in class almost due to walking early and having become quite adept at chucking down my pills without choking as I get ready for the day. But as students trickled in, one never materialized. Hanako. I step inside, my eyes scanning the expanse of the cafeteria in search of a suitable place to take a seat. It's a task made more difficult by the group of students moving about and busily talking. Yeah! A hand pounds my back hard a couple of times, severely winding me. I couldn't care less about the culprit as I focused my thoughts on my chest in a near-automatic reaction. My hand instinctively tightens on my breasts, and I start going through the steps I rehearse in my mind every other day. Breathe steadily, in and out. With a measure of relief, I can slowly feel my chest becoming less tense. By the time I look back up, my face is covered in sweat from the experience. Oh, it's Kenji. Hey man, are you okay? God damn it, don't do that, you idiot! He retreats back, an expression of unease written on his face. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have barked at him, considering he had no way to know. I give a sigh and right myself with some difficulty. Sorry, I just have some chest problems. Sharp knocks aren't good. It seems strange to see him so upset. The fact that I can't do anything about it irritates me. Let's get lunch. Okay, it's good to have some company for once. We start off to the serving line. One good thing is that Kenji and I can make small talk nowadays, as opposed to my only interaction with him being anti-feminist lectures. Seems like it'd be hard to find an empty table. There's a few people I wouldn't mind sitting with. Nobody's like you, though. I feel a shiver run through my spine. Clarify that now. They don't listen, their minds are closed. It's the media, man. The goddamn brainwashing mainstream feminist fascist media. He takes a breath and I savoured a second of silence. Damn, they control everything. Everything but you and me. I relax a little while we grab our food and drink. So, what do you got for me? Huh? Come on, you've been hanging around Sano and that old chick for ages now. Rumors are all over my class, and probably some of the others too. Interruption. Eavesdropping isn't a good habit. Let me guess, you never do it. Not even when you're bored, really? Well, fine, point taken. Everyone eavesdrop at some point in their lives, you know. It's kind of, for example, say you're on a bus. You're gonna eavesdrop. Because, really, if you're not, with someone talking to someone, you just, just sat there in silence, and there's always someone yapping, and your mind will suddenly home in on it. Even if only briefly, and just be like, what are they talking about? You know, stuff like that. Both were stopped to have soup ladled into a couple of small bowls and placed onto our trays. The concoction that lands into the barrel looks pretty questionable, but at least it smells reasonably good. As we take our seats at a miraculously free table, I try to think of something that would actually interest him at all. I hope I can come up with an acceptable topic. I found an answer to that question you asked a couple of weeks back, where Lilly's non-Japanese half comes from, that is. Good man, it's Russia, right? Totally Russia. Scotland. He's visibly stopped in his tracks. Scotland? Yeah, that was my reaction too. She could speak English fluently and everything. Damn it, do you realize what this means? How terrifying this news is to me! I think he's hyperventilating. Passing out for a little while would probably make him more relaxed than he normally is. What the hell do you mean by humor him? Does you just mean like, oh, that's like, go along with this conspiracy shit? But we gotta ignore his insane ramblings. I do wonder what the color choice would be too. Like, would it just derail the route entirely or what? I dig into my food hoping he'll take the hint from my silence. I just lost 1,000 yen, man! 1,000 yen! Damn, this is the worst day ever! No such luck. You're kidding me, you made a bet about her nationality? One of the dudes in my class was bugging me about it. I gave him some of my wisdom and he had the audacity to say my logic was wrong. So, what did he think? Germany or something, it doesn't matter. What matters is my 1,000 yen! Damn, this dude's rune factor! What a bitch! He looks utterly devastated as he wolfs down several clumps of his soggy, oil-soaked rice. He only takes a few mouthfuls before he pokes his chopsticks at me, stabbing the air repeatedly in revelation. Why? What? Didn't your mother ever tell you not to speak with your mouth full? He gives me a dirty look before choking down the rest of the food left in his mouth and taking a gulp of juice. It's rather unsightly. Remembering my own food sitting in front of me, I decided to get the task of eating the cafeteria food over and done with as fast as possible. The sooner I do so, the sooner the experience will be over. So as I was saying, why would anyone want to live in that place anyway? I mean, what is there to see? Grassy plains? That's it. Lots and lots of grassy plains. There's more than that, man. I've never even been to Scotland. But, like, my sister has a mild obsession with Scotland. She went a while back. And from what I know, Scotland is more than grassy plains. There's a shit ton of hills. Then there's, like, castles and stuff like that. And, that's about it, really. Just like, I mean, they don't call it the Highlands for no reason, do they? Loads of hills. And then there's castles. There's, yeah, I really don't know all that much about Scotland because I've never been. Anyways. And many kilts. I'm not sure which is worse, this food or his worldview. I can feel my face being dragged down by the combined weight. Not that he'd notice or care. It's not that bad. Why do you care about her so much anyway? She's just your class representative after all. He gives a malevolent chuckle, were this anyone but Kenji, I'd feel uneasy at how he sounds. I finally found a chink in the Feminist Legion's armor. It took a while, but I'm confident this is going to be how we can bring down the whole system. I'm about to blow your mind. You ready? How nostalgic he worded it that way ages ago, when he first told about conspiracies. I tune out his rambling for a moment as I finish my rice and start on the unappetizing soup. One taste is enough to confirm that it's cold. Ready as I'll ever be. I confirm that Lilly's in the Mafia. What? Alright, stay with me for a second here, and I'll describe the scene. I wish I could do otherwise. Lilly's there, walking down the street after school. You're not stalking her, are you? No, damn man, I do have some sense of self-preservation. But no dignity or morals or social standards. Anyway, as I was saying, the skull pulls up next to her, and guess who steps out? A man in a pine-striped suit. Waves her in, then the two leave just like that. I tell her, man, she's under protection. Under protection. That would probably be your sister, isn't it? She's always wearing a suit. So I suppose, from his perspective, it would look suspicious, wouldn't it? But, here's a twist for you. It's not a guy. And then you'd be like, damn! It's even worse than I thought! A man in a... Oh, I can see where this is going now. I think it's effort not to sigh in exhibition. Let me guess, this man was about average height, had slightly slender build, had blonde hair, looked foreign, and smiled a lot. He looked positively stunned. I take advantage of this moment of quiet to quickly gulp in a mouthful of cold soup. Seems you're more observant than I thought. Yes, I have chosen well. He giggles a little and nods to himself so dramatically that it looks comical. I can't tell whether that's intentional or not, but the fact remains and makes me frown. This has important ramifications, you know. If she really is connected with people like them, and we're smart about what we do with this information, we could turn this into our greatest weapon against the student council. Once he starts rambling into conspiracy territory, my juice suddenly becomes much more important. Only half listening to his pontifications, my mind drifts to the matter of Lilly and her antipappy for Shizune. The past between them is steadily becoming more coherent, but I'm not even sure if I should be learning of her past this way. Indeed, even if I do work out what went on, it really doesn't seem like my business to go and interfere. Damn, not having Lilly around is making my thoughts wander. I'm noticeably more bored and sullen about our company. The same goes for Hanako. All we do during lunch anymore is eat and play chess. Come to think of it, I needed to go check on Hanako after school too. Considering her much improved attendance, I'm guessing she's come down with something. Oh my god! I stop as I'm about to leave the classroom. No, I need a drink. A moment. Right, I stop as I'm about to leave the classroom, turning on the ball of my heel to meet Mito. He's holding out to me a couple of the worksheets we're working on during the day with his long, lanky arm. Would you mind giving these to Hisao? I normally ask one of the girls to do it, but I assume you're checking, you'll be checking on her. For a moment, I briefly considered the possibility of that being more than an innocent prediction. I quickly discard the idea, though, as it's hard to think of him acting in such a Machiavellian way. It's not in his nature. Sure, no problem. Walking up the hallway of the girls' dormitory, several ideas of why Hanako's being absent flit around my head. Most obvious is just a simple cold. It's more to it than that, what this scene called. Minor discord. That said, she may not even be sick at all. It's been almost a week since Lilly left, and despite her at least appearing to be normal, I suspected she's somewhat more insecure about it than she's letting on. Ow! Eventually I come to Hanako's dormitory room. Its simple round door separating us. Her room's position next to Lily's is extremely convenient, and probably a large contributor to their meeting in the first place. Grimacing slightly at the prospect of her being sick, I rap my knuckles on the door. Silence I listen, intently for any sound of shuffling coming from inside, but I can't hear a thing. Why do I always do that? I always sing along to the music like that. Never do that when it's actual vocals, though. Like, in an actual song, you know? Or maybe I have done that in past LPs. But it's kind of like, that's usually only doing credits and openings of things usually that have vocals, isn't it? I knock on the door again, slightly harder. Still no answer. How strange. The door opens behind me. A freckled and somewhat scrawny underclassman I don't recognize comes out, and is briefly taken off guard by my presence. Hi. Walk through. Ask about Hanako. Actually, this may be a rather fortuitous meeting. Hey, excuse me, do you know if Hanako has come out of her room today or not? She doesn't seem to be answering. Hisao is Hisao. Her not answering the door is totally normal. That tall foreign girl's the only person she'll ever talk to after all. She gives a shrug before walking off down the hallway, having much more important matters to attend to than Hanako or I. Dismissive attitude annoys me. Hanako must have a reputation as a hermit, a reputation that doesn't seem outright undeserved, at least in the time before we met. Scratching my head, I make one last attempt at getting Hanako to answer as I knock on the door one final time. Hanako, it's just me. Peter said to give you some stuff. For a while, the attempt seems just as unsuccessful as the last. Just before I slip the sheets under a door, though, I can hear the handle rattling. As the door opens halfway, I do my best to look Hanako over as quickly as possible. It's a task made somewhat more difficult by her oversized gown hiding so much of her body. She doesn't look sick, or at least not immediately so. To be honest, I'd have preferred that's her expression right now. Hi Hanako, you don't want me to give you these since you weren't in class today. I held out the loose sheets, which she tentatively takes in her hands. The way she moves is weird, devoid of thought, as if she's some kind of mechanical automaton rather than a living being. Are you okay? If you're feeling sick or anything, I could get the nurse. It feels almost pitiful to put on such a routine, get well soon act. I can't think of anything else I could possibly do for her, though. She seems to collect herself a little at the notion, but only a little. I'm fine. Okay. An awkward silence follows, eventually ended by her nodding solemnly in farewell and closing the door. The entire experience feels surreal. More than a little to put off, I wander back to my room and hope that she'll be better by tomorrow, despite not knowing exactly what's wrong with her. Which... yeah, that must be the case, isn't it? It's, They threw the birthday party for her before her birthday, didn't they? I think. So this must be around that point where it actually is her birthday, isn't it? I think, because, you know, the backstory of all that and stuff. More than a little put off, I wander back to my room and hope that she'll be better by tomorrow, despite not knowing exactly what's wrong with her. Dip-a-doo, dip-a-doo, always got to go, dip-a-dip at that screen. Well, that jingle more than anything, really. That's the thing with situations like this, isn't it? Just like, she's like got all this going on with her and all that, but she doesn't want to be pitied, but she doesn't want to be taken out of it directly at the same time. It's like a kind of conflicting thing, isn't it? So it's really not surprising, like, in Hanako's route, where, like, it could go wrong so easily with how Hisao approached the situation in Hanako's route, where he's, like, kind of, like, pities her in one case, doesn't go well. Another case, he tries to kind of, like, get her to go out more or something like that, doesn't go well. And I can't quite remember what made it, well, oh yeah, it was because he showed his own kind of problems, all that, I think it was. But anyways, that was Hanako's route, and, well, it's playing a role in Lilly's route, so I guess it has some relevance. Once again, I find myself in front of Hanako's door after another of her unexplained absences from class. Nothing, considering this is the second day in a row she's being like this. I'm starting to worry about her. Summoning my willpower, I decide to try one last way to get her to respond. Hanako, if you don't say anything, I'll go get the nurse for you. Go away. What? It's hard to tell whether her tone's one of depression, anger, or both. What in the world can I actually do to help her if she doesn't even want help? Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's just like, I don't know how to really describe it, really. The message is clear enough. I can't just leave her like this, though. Just sitting in her room for days on end. Painful history. Songs rubbing my temples in thought. I withdraw to my own room to think about how to see you. Wait for the arpeggios. Do 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 boom 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 boom. Ashley is what needed here as on. Overreaction may just make matters worse. I'll shop now. Well, I won't shop because I'm technically reading, but I'll focus on that. I dig around drawer after drawer of my desk, looking for where I put that damn piece of paper. Before she left, Lilly told me the number to call her on while in Scotland, and I wrote it down. Not that I need it, though. The damn thing is... here. That's always the case in this. Like, god damn it, where the friggin' hell did it... Oh, there it is. I probably well, that's not always the case, actually. Because, like, sometimes you don't frickin' find it until frickin' months later or some shit. I probably should have just entered it directly into my cell phone, come to think of it. Without further ado, I enter the numbers and actually press the call button. The fact that the phone rings and all shows that I got the pretext for a call to Scotland right at least. I've never made an international call before, so that's some comfort. I've never done that either. I mean, how would it work for your, I mean, like, wouldn't the call be kind of pricey? I mean, it's quite a bit of distance. I mean, you could just use the internet and it'd all be for free, but then again, they don't seem to use the internet much, if at all, and then Lily's blind, so yeah. Eventually the phone picks up, a feminine voice I don't recognize on the other end. It's probably Lily's mother. Sutter, blah, 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 blah. English. Suddenly find myself unprepared. I realize I can't discern a word she says. I'll do to my limited vocabulary or every accent. Yeah, probably a mixture of the both. I should have anticipated this, since according to Lilly, her mother is a native Scots. I soldier on in hope that she must know some Japanese, considering it's her daughter's native language. It's Hisao Nakai speaking. An enthusiastic sound of realization can be heard as she recognizes the language. My feeling of relief is immense. Ah, you must be one of Lily's friends from school, correct? Even so, her accent means I have to concentrate to work out what she's saying. I don't know how to do a female Scottish accent. Yes, that's right. Pleased to speak to you, Miss Sato. So nice of her to find someone so polite. Lily, dear, it's for you. Her bow seems nice, if a little enthusiastic in the mundane situation. There's a small silence as Lily takes her time getting to the phone. In the distance, I can just make out her mother scolding her playfully for just getting up. Hello, Lily speaking. You sound awful. She makes a sound somewhere between a dying animal and a yawn. The one thing I did remember to check before calling was the time zone. It'd be pretty late in the morning over there, so she really has no excuse. Not feeling well? Just tired. What time is it there? Late afternoon. School finished for the day not long ago. Late afternoon. How many hours difference is the time zone anyway? You're really not a morning person, are you? Well, technically Hisao seems to see himself as a morning person, but I'm certainly not. I don't need you making fun of it as well. It takes a measure of restraint not to laugh at her pained groan. Poor girl. How are you doing over there, then, on the mornings? It's been enjoyable, after not meeting them for so long. Just having a meal together with my parents is nice. So the pool and the sheer size of the house might have something to do with that as well. Even if they're not in Japan, from the way it sounds, your family must be pretty wealthy to live so luxuriously. Are things alright with you and Hanako? Damn, I was hoping that wouldn't be brought up quite so quickly. Take a moment to try and sort out exactly how to describe a situation without causing her undue worry. But she picks up on that without a word being said. Hanako's not well, is she? How did you know? Because today is her birthday. I'd hoped she might have gotten at least a little better after coming to know you, but... Yeah, it's that again. How is she right now? She missed school yesterday and seemed out of sorts when I checked up on her. I think she missed school again and just told me to go away. I really got no idea what to make of it. Has this happened in the past? Is it related to her scarring in some way? Unfortunately so. Roughly the same thing happened last year when her birthday came up. Ow! As far as I can tell, it's because her parents died in the accident that caused her scarring, and Hanako blames herself for their deaths. What she says does seem to make sense. If she's blaming herself on her birthday, she may well be ruined that she was ever born. The fact that Lily seems so in the dark about it, though, almost to the extent that I am, is a surprise. So that's why she lives in the student dormitories as well. She told you any more about the accident? As close as we've come, she's very barely told me about anything about what happened. What I know about is largely conjecture. She sounds depressed, almost defeated. Considering the trauma Hanako must have gone through, I really can't fault Lily for not knowing. Nevertheless, she still seems to consider it a personal failing. Don't blame yourself, Lily, with everything she's gone through. I know. Thank you, Hisao. I'm sorry I can't be of more help to you. It's fine, I'll just give it some more thought. Thanks, and have a good time in Scotland. It's nothing. Thank you for taking care of Hanako. Okay, bye. Goodbye. And with that, the line goes silent. Amid the seemingly only increased number of questions I can answer, the most immediate is what Lily was going to say. Oh no. I'm an idiot. She must have thought I was calling to talk with her, but I only asked for help with Hanako. Even more shameful than that thought is the fact that such an appraisal would be largely correct. Well, first things first, for now I need to at least sort out Hanako and make sure that she's actually eating okay. The occasional passing students give badly hidden glances at the plate of food I carry to the female dormitories. It's hardly a meal to be proud of, only being an instant microwave meal from the convenience store, but it should at least fill her up. Eventually I arrive outside of her room, after having to ward off a couple of girls who drunkenly tried to pilfer the food I had taken so long to procure. I decided to forego knocking, since it was proven to be an utterly useless measure, and it's somewhat difficult to do with my hands full. Hanako, it's Hisao. I know you're listening. I got some food for you. Silence as I expected. I'll leave it beside your door. Please eat it at least, okay? That's not a good idea, man. They might freaking just like someone passing by. Like, ooh, free food. Although, really, if you like came across a freaking tray filled with food at someone's door, would you really freaking well, some people would be like, finders keepers. They ain't getting it, so I'll get it. But it's just like, what if it's like poison? Just like, oh, how? That wouldn't make sense. Just like suddenly things got a bit suspicious around here. Who's trying to poison someone in this school? There, I've said my piece. Now it's up to her. Putting the plate down, I walked back to my own room to eat my dinner. By the time I returned to Hanako's dormitory, a good hour's passed. Thankfully, there isn't anything to be seen beside her door. I walk back at least somewhat happier that she's eating. If she intends to get through this by herself, then being able to help, even if it's just in a small way, is at least something. I sit reading in the library at school, turning page after page, barely registering the words written on each out of sheer boredom. With my cheek resting in my hand, I can't help noticing a slightly rough feeling against my palm. It won't be long before I'll need to get a reader. Giving up on reading, I simply let my head drop onto the book in front of me. Things have quieted down considerably since Hanako began attending school again. What? When she first returned to class, nothing was said nor done that wasn't part of the usual routine. It's been the same way since. None of us decided to bring up her absence, so there simply wasn't any point in pursuing it. Once a few days went by, the daily grind continuing just as it had before. It's only natural that my mind would wander to other places, and more importantly, other people. The Lilly-shaped hole in the daily life of Hanako and I has been pretty noticeable for a while now. I'd be pleased to say that this has allowed me time to reflect on just what my thoughts on her exactly are, but alas, I've had no such luck. It doesn't help that many attempts to do so have led to the troublesome topic of Hanako. Every time my thoughts drift into that direction, I reflectively try to think about something else. Why did this have to happen now? I turn and look up for the source of the tentative voice coming from behind me. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb anyone.
That's not it.
I glance around the orange-tinted room, quietly realizing how silly my apology must have sounded. The time I've spent thinking and lazing about in here, everyone's well and truly left. Library closing.
If you don't want to go, I could keep it open a little longer. It's no trouble at all.
Don't worry, I should get going anyway. Thanks. As I get up and begin to move off, I feel Yuko's eyes drilling into my back. Is there something wrong?
You look depressed. You okay?
Yuko nervously twists her fingers as she says this, unsure whether she's overstepping her boundaries or not. I really can't tell if she's more worried about my mood or about bothering me. Normally I just shrug it off and assure her that I'm fine, but my reflective mood gets the better of me. Despite being stout, she really doesn't feel as much like an authoritative figure as the others. It's just, I guess the best term for it would be relationship problems.
Oh, I'm not too good with that kind of thing. My only relationship ended a bit abruptly.
Again, it feels like it's kind of hinting, like, back to the whole Kenji and Yuko potentially being a couple in the past. Except, it's not really, like, it doesn't seem to, like, be confirmed now. Well, I don't know. It's just something I remember reading about. Like, someone, like, some freaking thing online, I can't remember what was saying that Yuko and Kenji seem like they could have potentially had a past relationship. And Kenji has talked about a past relationship, and Yuko has as well. Just didn't specify who.
But if you want to talk about it, I mean, I could listen, I think.
Now I feel kind of bad for bringing it up. She's not that old though, so at least she has a good chance of finding another partner. It isn't like we're in a bad situation right now. We have spent many days together as friends, sometimes going out to do stuff, that kind of thing. But I'm starting to want to do more for her, learn more about her, and be with her more. I'm not sure whether it's actually love or not, though, and friendship as it stands is enjoyable.
You shouldn't let that stop you. Sorry. How to say this? I think that it's nice that you have a good friendship, but school is going to eventually end. Do you think you'll be fine with not knowing if it could have gone further even if after you've graduated?
I guess that's the crux of my problem. I really have no idea what the answer to that question is.
Well, I can't really help there. What your true feelings are is something you have to decide for yourself. But I think that if you do love her, you should definitely say something. After thinking about it really hard, I decided that even though my relationship didn't work out, it's still better that way than never knowing if it might have or not.
I never expected you could have sounded so wise. It only makes sense that, with more life experience than I, she'd have a better idea about this. Well, not necessarily. Well, I suppose not very much was actually answered. Talking to her has helped get it off my chest. I have no doubt that I should confess if I really do like Lily. Isn't she still in Scotland, or has she finally come back and just off-screened her return? Because it's been ages, well... It's only the start of this recording when she was just leaving, really, wasn't it? Of course, this will be split into 2 parts, I imagine. Or maybe even 3, for I have no idea. I give a slightly frustrated sigh. If only reading so much actually helped when it comes to situations like this. She gives a girlish giggle, which only reinforces my view of her as being different from the usual staff here. In the end, it all comes down to what will happen after school finishes once again. Considering what happened before I came to Maku, it feels like being asked to keep up with a field of runners despite having started from a dozen yards behind them. It's just one more motive to move on from the past. The last thing I need right now is to get too caught up in that and getting homesick while I'm at it. Once again, I found myself calling Lily. Yeah, she's not even back yet. My phone bill is going to be horrific, considering this is international. But it's worth it. I don't only want to over feelings from the last time I called. I generally want to talk to her again. When the phone finally picks up, I easily recognize the voice on the other end. It's just like I still can't freaking recognize anything other than Sato. Hello, Miss Sato. May I speak? Damn, I've forgotten how the rest of us yo. It's not encouraging to forget such a small amount of words, even if I didn't spend that long trying to memorize them. May I speak with Lily, please?
Hello again, Hisao. Are you teaching yourself English?
Just a little. I don't think I'm too good at languages in general.
Oh, don't say that. Your pronunciation was good. I'll get Lily for you. Just wait a moment.
I really wait till she goes off in search of Lily. The other end go in silence. Eventually, a much more awake-sounding Lily than last time answers. Time over there being past noon by now.
Hisao, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi.
Good afternoon. Sorry for taking so long. I was outside in the garden.
Gardening?
Unfortunately, I find I'm not good at it, so I just smell the flowers. I think my fingers appreciate it more. I take it Hanako's recovered a bit.
Yeah, I just made sure she was eating, and eventually she righted herself. Thanks for the help the other day.
I don't think I was really that much help. The main thing is that she's better, though.
True. How's life over there, then? Sounds like you've been living in nothing short of a mansion.
I wouldn't call it a mansion.
But it is rather large, is obviously what she wants to say. The modesty stops her. I'm a little envious, but it is her holiday.
It's a nice house to stay in, though. There's a beach near here, too, which Akira is especially fond of.
She's a swimmer?
She's constantly dragging me there to have swimming competitions, which she wins every time.
It doesn't strike me as very athletic at all, so not being adept at swimming seems logical enough. The fastest I've ever seen her move is her understandably relaxed pace during her walks to and from the suburbs there, and the hill from the school. Makes the image of her swimming hard to imagine. Beaches there must look nice. They'd be less crowded than the ones around here, at least.
Indeed, Akira says the area around here looks beautiful because it's so far outside the city.
I only realize what I've said after I say it, but it doesn't bother at all. Still easy to forget that she can't see when she's not around, despite the time we've been friends.
That said, the local accent sometimes makes communication a bit hard. It's a constant reminder that this isn't home. While the fact that she doesn't consider her parents' residence to be her home makes good sense, makes me realize that I can't really answer well the same goes for me. Graduation from Hanako is distant enough to be difficult to view objectively. I've spent so much time in a small room, I've come to accept the dormitory as my new home surprisingly quickly. I guess that would be hard to deal with. Is your knowledge of English holding up? Thankfully, I may be fluent, but being in a position where I have to use it often helps in coping my Japanese accent, so it's been useful practice. I hear you're trying to teach yourself English. More like memorizing a few lines and failing at even that much. I'm really not cut out for learning another language. I mean, like, write it down, Hisao. That's what I've done. Although, really, what you really should do, like I was doing, is memorizing. I haven't got around to that. I've, like, written down all these various phrases in all I'm Japanese, but I still can never freaking memorize half of it. Hell, I still haven't memorized the alphabet properly. I can, like, see, like, some kind of ones I can make out without having to look at my notes. But other times, it just feels like I'm deciphering some freaking complex code or something. My admission of defeat draws an amused giggle. I believe that there are things one chooses to do in life, and also things that are chosen for one to do in life. I can take comfort in the fact you're better than me in science and math, at least. Well, let's hope that it is making me a middle-star student. I wouldn't worry about it. There are useful skills for many jobs, right? That's what he tells me. His face very lit up when I said I'd probably go into a career involving either. We both share a warm laugh at the events that have befallen each other on opposite ends of the world. It's nice and reminds me of our simple small talk that I've been missing since she left. As each of us waits for the other to begin speaking, I decide to push ahead with my feelings. I can feel my throat tightening slightly. I miss you. The silence on the other end of the phone tells me she's given the words their due weight. As it goes on, I can't help feeling more and more apprehensive. Thankfully, the silence ends, almost as quickly as it had begun. I miss you too, Hisao. Goodbye. Goodbye, Lilly. Once again, the phone is hung up, simply and without delay to do. That light, tentative, almost shy voice, her warm and soft tone. I'd simply be lying to myself if I were to say that I don't recognize this feeling for what it is. With thoughts of Lilly dancing on my mind, I started anticipating her return. Today has to be a most excellent day. That sentence. Today has been a most excellent day. Today has been a most lazy day. Dip-a-dip-a-dip-a-dip. Katawa. I know that. Well, mostly ka, honestly. Because it's always like in all the phrases that I learned, a lot of them end with des ka. So the ka is all at the end. And the su is there as well. Which kind of looks like a 9 with like a line above it. Well, between it, sort of. I don't know how else to describe it. But it's never really pronounced for the most part. And then there's de. Actually, what was de? I think it was like kind of a line on top, and then it kind of like goes into a half circle, and then there's two kind of little lines. I think that was the one. That's the thing, man. It's like, you got other freaking characters, letters, whatever you want to call them in the alphabet, that are more or less the same, except it'll like be different by having these like little lines. It's like the ka, for example, like right there. Like ga, for example, just has two little lines right next to it. That's what makes it different. And there's a lot of characters that have it like that. I think this one also has one. But I'm not sure which is the other one that has it. And then there's ones that have a circle above them. It's weird. I sit listening to another Miller's long-winded lectures, my mind wandering far from the scribbles on the dirty blackboard. Hey, what you call dirty blackboard, bitch? Man, that voice. It always says a number on the front. Makes me wonder, like, you know, I always like looking like metal singers that do all that screaming. I just think, why? But you know what? That really does a number on your throat, so that takes
That must take its toll on their voices, man. It's like, goddamn, it's like touring all over the world, and I'm all like, like every fucking night of this tour, and my freaking voice at the end of it is all like, I can barely speak. Oh shit, we could use this voice for the next album, actually. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Quick, get in the studio before my voice comes back. I don't know. But I guess I'll call the recording here, and I'll see you next time, viewers. See you next time.